So that's a great first question. What's something about you that I don't know that I probably should? You could work that in. I use this at the end of every meeting or conversation. So we're not at the very end right now, but I'm going to ask it anyway to you. And I usually wait till there's about 5 minutes left. Okay. So what did we not talk about today that we probably should have? So is there anything about curiosity that we haven't talked about today that you're kicking around in your head that maybe we should have?
What if you are trying to be curious and the other person is not open to said curiosity? So they're kind of like
great question.
Shut down.
So they're not comfortable. So
yes.
It's not an issue of you not wanting to be vulnerable. It's an issue of them not wanting to be vulnerable.
Yes.
There could be a lot of reasons for that. So we want to look at context. Do they feel like you're trying to sell them something? It's in a business setting and you've got a reputation as someone who's salesy. They're like, she's trying to sell me something. So that could be it.
Okay.
It could be that they're very introverted and they're just very reserved. And maybe they don't know you very long. They've only known you 25 years and they know you another 25 more. But there could be that too. Or it could be that something else is going on in their world right now. So if you get that, don't take it personal. Just kind of be curious about the interaction. And you can do that kind of in your own head in this case. So I'm curious, that's interesting. They didn't respond. Most people, if you get curious about them and ask them easy softball questions like vacations and things, they're going to jump right in. Okay. And in the history of the planet, never has someone not responded to the question of or the statement of, tell me more about that. Right out of the therapist playbook. If someone's talking and you're not sure what else to ask the direct report, just say, tell me more about that. They will tell you more about that. So it's another great way if you're just wanting more information, if you want to try and get them going. So, but that's a great question, Whitney. We've talked about this on the show a million times. I want to lay it out there. Important for us as managers and leaders. What can I start doing, stop doing, and continue doing to support you better? Also a really good question. So you can learn more about what you're doing. You're getting feedback, which again, is vulnerable, so people avoid that question. And instead, they just guess. And they could be guessing wrong, but no one wants to tell their manager they're guessing wrong. So then everyone gets frustrated. Well, gosh, don't let that happen. Ask them, what can I start doing, stop doing, or continue doing? And I always recommend if you're going to do that, make sure that you let the person know that you're going to do that, so they're aware. And then a couple other sets of questions. So those are good general manager questions. Other questions you can ask, and this would come either if you're trying to get a better sense of, I call these visioning questions, okay, or strategy questions. If you're trying to get a better sense of where the individual wants to go or where that organization's going. So I'll often ask these questions when I'm doing discovery calls, when I'm doing a new speaking engagement, for example. I'm trying to learn what the organization needs. So you can use a crystal ball question. So if it's speaking engagement, I'm talking to somebody, I'll say, okay, let's say it's right after the speaking engagement. I just finished. And we're walking out of the room and you say to yourself, and I'm talking to the person who's hired me, you say to yourself, wow, that was exactly what we wanted. What would that look like? What would you want people either thinking, feeling, or doing to lead you to say, wow, that was perfect? And so they go, oh, and then they give me all these words. And then now I know this is the things that I need to be including in that engagement. So the audience is coming away feeling that way or thinking that way. And so, yeah, folks, it's no surprise that when I finish these speaking engagements, they're like, that was perfect. You were amazing. Well, maybe my delivery was nice. And this is less of a pat on the back on me as more it is, I just asked the right questions. I didn't walk into that room guessing. I knew exactly what they wanted to get out of that. I delivered on exactly what they asked for. And so they were happy. So asking visioning questions can help. And then the other visioning question you can ask is magic wand. So I've got my crystal ball, which is fun, and I got my magic wand. If you could wave your magic wand and change anything around here, what would you change? Also helps you get a good sense of maybe what's broken or what you can go work on or something you can hone in on. Helps you learn a little more about pain point. So we're learning more about kind of ideal outcome, and we're also learning about kind of pain point.